Okay, guys, so update on solar. I had to eventually trade in some of the solar panels months ago. I had to trade in the whole kit because part of it wasn't working and they wouldn't let you just trade in the one piece. They made you trade in the whole kit. So I had a whole new kit. And this kit, other than the panels, has never actually been exposed to the weather. So now, when I first got the new kit, the inverter I had was a 1500 watt inverter, and it caught on fire. I don't know if I shared that or not, but it actually like caught on fire when we hooked it all up. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it had also been outside. So I had taken that back, and I've got most of this stuff at Harbor Freight. So here, I'll show you what my setup is. Now, we have 4 of the 25-watt solar panels from Harbor Freight on top of the camper. Now, before I plugged in my refrigerator, which is like a little mini fridge, and it's a 60 hertz mini fridge, and it runs on like 120 volts. So, I mean, it kind of pulls some power. This was at 12.5 volts before I plugged it in. And I forget to do these videos sometimes of me doing it, and then I gotta like come back and explain everything to you. I apologize. I will get better. When I plugged it in, it went to 12 volts, and it stayed at 12 volts for like the last 3 or 4 minutes. It's still charging. And as you can see here, I only have it charging the battery because my battery, I went and traded this battery in because it would not charge all the way up. I could get it to like 12.3, and that was as high as it would go, and it would automatically like drop the minute you put anything on it. It was like not working at all. So now, if you're wondering why I don't have like a super like fancy setup like some of the other places, is I'm still learning about this, and I don't want to set everything up and then have to reset it up and reset it up. So I try to keep it simple so I can adjust. Adjusting is crucial, really. And this is a 2000-watt power inverter, right? So it's actually powering the fridge. So this is a surge protector, right? So I have an extension cord plugged into the surge protector, plugged into the inverter, which leads down. Well, I have some holes here, but evidently I did not put the cord on the back part of the fridge when I put this in here, so I'm gonna have to take all this stuff off and then fix it. But there's actually a hole up here that goes, because you can see it on this side, and I usually put the cord through that and then have it linked like up that way, because there's also a hole right here in where you can put the cord. So it'll all eventually just be like nice and sturdy. And we haven't used this system yet because we've been using our solar power for basic things, charging a lot of our devices, speakers, phones, stuff like that. But we haven't really been like inverting the power because our inverter, the battery went bad, and like all the components kind of like had their own, and it's part of learning. Like, I'm not an expert in any of these fucking fields, and I've done a lot of research and I've watched a lot of videos, but it doesn't mean I really know what I'm doing. Like, I'll be honest, I know theoretically how it's supposed to work. Getting it done sometimes is a little intimidating, and sometimes it's like you don't want to do it because you don't want to fucking shock yourself because that shit hurts. But anyway, back. So the extension cord, as you can see, comes down here, and then I have this little adapter from a 3-prong to a 2-prong, so I can actually plug it into here. And so far, I can hear it running. Now, granted, I did have my generator running all night, and it was plugged into the camper power for the generator. And so it's already cold in there. So all this thing has to do pretty much now is just keep it cold. Because I don't want to run my generator all day. I don't want to have to keep turning my generator on just to power my fridge. Now at night when we're doing things and we're watching TV, I don't mind using that power because then that takes off of the solar panel, But like overall, the goal is to power this fridge. Like, we need to be able to have refrigeration. It's that simple. And until I can power this fridge, I gotta buy food like quite regularly, almost daily, on top of like what we grow. And what we grow really wasn't the best because I didn't have a lot of time to really prepare the soil. This property's never really been farmed on before, so I got a late start, and I'm very happy with what I got. Like, I got a whole lot of potatoes, I've got squash and cucumbers galore through the season, and peppers, and I'm kind of disappointed in my tomatoes because I did not stake them, and so a lot of them went bad, and animals have gotten to a lot of the other ones. But you know what? If, like, stuff isn't eating your food, is it really part of the ecosystem? So, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Like, I'll be okay. I'm getting a shit ton of eggs. It's eggs for days. Eggs, eggs, eggs. But this is an update on the solar situation. I'm hoping, as long as this works out well, I can start adding more batteries to my solar system and expand what I'm able to do. And as I expand, of course, I'll have to get breakers and regulators and all of that. But it's a work in progress, and I prefer to learn as I go than to try to fail drastically, hurt myself, spend money, waste money, and then I got to beat myself up about that because I have ADHD and I overthink things. So, but I love you guys. I know you can grow.